extra time.
Quick one on Virat. There's obviously been so much sort of hype around him revolving around this series. And, you know, what's the best way to approach him and the silent treatment and that sort of stuff? Is like, as a team, have you sat down and spoken about plans, I suppose, both him as a test batsman and just, how to engage him if he does get fired up?
No, we don't really talk about players like Virat, Rob. We just sort of just hope it goes well. I'm being facetious. All we talk about is how we're going to get Virat out because he's such a great player. We talk a lot about it. We don't talk about everyone else can talk about the gamesmanship and whether we talk to him or not. That's all rubbish. We play on skill, not emotion, or we try to. There's obviously emotion in the game, no doubt about that. We're going to control our emotions. But he is a great player and he's a great leader. I've said over and over, I've got so much respect for Virat Kohli, but we're going to be really well planned for him. And because we know how important he is for India as a leader and as a batsman. So we'll have our plans in place. The next trick is to execute them and hopefully keep him out of the game with his runs. And that's, in the end of the day, that's where he's going to have the biggest impact with the runs he scores. Hopefully we've got our plans right. We've seen a lot of him now. He's seen a lot of us too. So it should be an amazing contest. I mean, it's almost mouth-watering for any cricket lovers to see Pat Cummins and Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc or James Pattinson and Michael Nessa bowling to and Nathan Lyon bowling to Virat Kohli. I mean, wow, I can't wait to watch those contests. It's going to be that exciting. Just like Bumrah and Shami bowling to our batters. It's going to be an amazing contest come Thursday, and all of us can't wait to get it underway.
Just looking at the pink ball test, you guys have played 7 and won 7. India have played 1 and won 1 in a couple of days. That would appear to give you a big advantage. Do you see it that way, and how can you sort of exploit your experience in that field and their relative inexperience?
I've always said that the best players and the best teams adapt regardless of the game or the colour of the ball. So whether it's a red ball, a white ball, a pink ball, the best players and the best teams adapt to it. I've said that. I've been consistent with that for over a decade. So what's happened in the past, it's nice to have played. India have just come off a day-night practice game. We've done a bit of practice under lights. We haven't played for 12 months or so under lights. So when it comes to the crunch, regardless of the ball, regardless of whether it's a day night or a day test match, it's game on. So I don't think it's given us much advantage at all, to be honest.
Have you got an update on Cameron Green's condition? And if he is past fit, is he possibly firming towards making his debut in a couple of days' time?
Yeah, if he's past fit, he'll definitely play. So we're just going through the protocols, the concussion protocols. We all saw it was a very unusual incident that happened with him. So if Cameron gets through the protocols and he gets through training and he's feeling good, I've seen him last night. He had a big smile on his face. He had another test this morning that that we got good news on. He's a terrific young bloke. He's obviously an excellent talent. He's earned the right for selection through his performances in Sheffield Shield cricket. So if he's fit and available, then he'll make his test debut, which is very, very exciting for Australian cricket, for him and his family.
You talk about Matty being a Mr. Fix-It. There's been a lot of talk about Wade being pushed up to opener. I think Ricky Ponting suggested it in his team last night. Have you had any chats with Wadey about going up the top, and do you think he could handle it if that was the case?
Oh, he could. He could handle it anyway. I mean, as I said, he's tough, mentally tough, physically tough. He's got good footwork. He's got the game for it. He can counter-attack like David Warner does, like a lot of the great openers do. They don't just have strong defence, but they counter-attack as well. So he can definitely do it. We've just got to work out what the best makeup of our team's going to be. So there's a lot of talk about it. What I've learned as a selector, lots of people have got an opinion on what it should be. There's a few I'll listen to. Ricky's one of those, of course. But everyone's got an opinion on it. We've just got to settle on what we think's best for this test match to win this test match.
Justin, you just spoke about all the fast bowlers. There's been so much talk about the pace bowling attacks from both teams, but we also have two off spinners with over 350 wickets against each other. So how much of a role do you see, or how big a role do they play, just really controlling that one end so that these fast bowlers can attack from the other?
I think it'd be unfair to both of them to say they just control one end. You said it exactly right. Then they are both world-class off-spin bowlers. They're important. Obviously, they're important. Nathan Lyon's incredibly important to our team. I can't talk for India, but Nathan Lyon, he's coming up to his 100th Test match. We know what an impact he has. He's had a real impact on the Indian in this current team. I think he's dismissed their batters more than any other players, certainly from our team. So Nathan Lyon's very, very important to our team, and we're very fortunate to have him as part of our 11.
2 years ago, when India toured Australia, you were relatively new to the role, and the team was kind of coming out of the shock in South Africa and whatever it was. And obviously now you're looking, it's another chance for the team now. How much is revenge on the mind of the players this time around, Justin?
No, there's no. The revenge is never a great word for it. It was a great series. There's great rivalry that's built up for a long time between Australia and India. I mean, it goes way back. It's a really great rivalry for world cricket. I think I've said many times, beating India in 2004 was the Mount Everest of my personal career, and because we knew how hard it was, and in the past, India have found it really hard to win over here. They for a lot of the Indians, and I guess, and I've never heard Virat say it, but beating us over here last time, I was only talking about Alan Border this morning about he never beat West Indies in a series. So there's these moments that are very important to cricketers, and India experienced it 2 years ago. We experienced in 2004, really pivotal moments in each of our cricket, whether it's the individuals or collective experience. So revenge isn't the word. We just can't wait to play India because it's great cricket. It's exciting cricket. There's immense talent there. There's good rivalry. There's always good competitive spirit. I also love the way, I guess through the IPL relationships, I love the way the game was played. It was played hard. It was great cricket. I mean, no one could argue that it wasn't exciting cricket, but, it was played in the right spirit during the one-day contests, during the T20 contest, and I hope that remains. We'll play tough cricket, but it's in the spirit that the game's meant to be played, and that's one of the benefits of the IPL, I think, that the guys get to know each other well. There's good relationships, and the game's played in good spirit. But it's a great rivalry. Can't wait. Bring it on. I just literally bring on Thursday and for the next 4 Test matches, because it's really as good as it gets in terms of Test cricket with the Ashes, I think.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.